Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Beastie. And today we're jumping back into WWE SuperCard, specifically one of the most intense and risky modes in the game, Boom. This mode looks simple, but trust me, it will test your patience, your decision making, and your self control. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how Boom works, how to play it, and some tips to help you avoid throwing away good runs. Whether you're new to SuperCard or you've been playing for a while, this is going to help you understand Boom way better. So if you enjoy WWE SuperCard content, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and let's get into it. WWE SuperCard has consistently evolved by introducing new modes that challenge players in different ways, but few have tested players mentally as much as Boom. Unlike traditional modes that rely heavily on deck power, tier progression, or match-based mechanics, Boom removes nearly every familiar safety net. It places players into a situation where success is determined almost entirely by decision-making, patience, and self-control. This unique approach makes Boom one of the most intense and psychologically demanding modes in the game. At its foundation, Boom is deceptively simple. Players flip tiles, hoping to uncover rewards while avoiding bombs that instantly end a run. There are no animations of cards battling, no lengthy matches, and no visible stats influencing outcomes. Because of this simplicity, many players initially dismiss Boom as a mode based purely on luck. However, extended play reveals that while randomness exists, strategy plays a much larger role than it first appears. Understanding when to push forward and when to stop becomes the most important skill a player can develop. One of Boom's strongest design choices is how it equalizes the player base. High-tier cards, special pros, and maxed-out decks offer no advantage here. Newer players and veterans enter the mode on equal terms, making every run feel fair in theory. This design choice shifts the focus from progression-based power to mental discipline. Players are forced to rely on judgment rather than collection strength, which is rare in a game built largely around card tiers and upgrades. As a Boom run progresses, the psychological pressure increases significantly. Early stages feel forgiving, often creating a false sense of security. This is where Boom subtly manipulates player behavior. Success early on encourages confidence, and confidence often leads to risk-taking. The temptation to continue flipping tiles grows stronger with each safe reveal, even when the odds become unfavorable. Many failures occur not because of unavoidable bombs, but because players choose greed over caution. Boom effectively exposes how players respond to pressure and reward. Frustration is an unavoidable part of the Boom experience. Losing a long run to a single tile can feel punishing, especially after careful decision-making. These moments can create strong emotional reactions ranging from disappointment to outright anger, yet these same emotions are what make successful runs feel so rewarding. Boom thrives on emotional contrast. The lows make the highs more impactful, and every successful cash out feels earned rather than gifted. Reward structure plays a major role in how players perceive Boom. Some argue that the stress outweighs the benefits, while others believe the rewards justify the risk if played correctly. The truth lies somewhere in between. Boom rewards players who approach the mode with patience and realistic expectations. Those who chase perfect runs or try to force success often leave frustrated. In contrast, players who accept losses as part of the process tend to enjoy the mode far more. When compared to other WWE SuperCard modes, Boom stands out due to its fast-paced and high-stakes nature. There is no grinding matches for hours, no reliance on card synergy, and no guaranteed progression. Each session is quick but intense, making Boom ideal for players who enjoy short bursts of gameplay with meaningful consequences. This makes it both refreshing and exhausting depending on a player's mindset. Ultimately, WWE SuperCard Boom represents more than just another game mode. It serves as a reflection of player behavior. It challenges players to confront their decision-making habits, balance, emotional control, and tolerance for risk. While it may not appeal to everyone, Boom delivers an experience unlike any other in SuperCard. Its blend of simplicity, tension, and psychological depth ensures that it remains one of the most talked about and memorable modes in the game. In the end, Boom is not about avoiding bombs, it is about knowing yourself as a player. Those who master patience and restraint will find success, while those driven by impulse will learn hard lessons. That balance is what makes Boom frustrating, rewarding, and unforgettable. I hope you enjoyed the video of me completing Finn Balor Boom Pro. Let's get into the rest of the video. The basics. A bout of Boom begins with an empty 3x5 grid of empty spaces. You and your opponent each have 15 cards in your deck with 4 of those cards in hand. Your objective is to fill the board with as many of your cards as possible and win each column on the board by increasing your point total in each respective column. To do that, you'll need to play your cards in the right places to conquer spaces, earn points, and remove your opponent's cards from play. The player who has the highest point total when either the board is full or both players are out of cards wins your cards. These cards won't be facing off in the traditional one-on-one stat-based ring battle as they have in the past. Instead, each one of your cards has a point value, an area of effect, and an ability that they will use to conquer spots on the board, support your other cards, and force your opponent into submission. Your card's point value represents how many points each card will add to the column it's played in when it enters the board. If your LA Knight card has a point value of 26 and you play it in the right column, you'll add 26 points to your total in that column. Each card's point value derives from their overall stats. The better the card, the higher the point value. Area of effect and abilities go hand in hand. In addition to their point value, each card in your deck has an ability that will affect the cards around it when they are placed on the board. Some cards' abilities will boost your other cards' point values, while others focus on reducing the PVs of your opponent's cards, and others still will either increase or decrease the PVs of all cards in their area of effect. Each card's ability is determined by the superstar on the card. You can't change the ability given to each card. Some cards have some extra oomph added to their abilities, however. You can see which ones are more powerful in the Abilities tab of the Boom mode. Area of effect represents one of the more strategic elements of Boom. AoE determines which spaces around your cards are affected by each card's ability, but they are not permanently tied to each card like their ability. Instead, AoE is determined by which slot in your deck each card occupies. This means that you can pick and choose which cards get which AoEs based on their PVs and abilities. When customizing your deck, assigning the right deck slots and AoEs by extension to your best cards will be crucial to ensuring a dominant victory. The game and how you play it. The 3 columns in the Boom grid represent the areas that you need to control to gain points. If you have more points than your opponent in a given column, you win that column and all of the points gained from your card's point values go towards your overall point total. You want to control as many columns as possible to end the game with more points than your opponent. Boom. When you place a card on the board, its area of effect will determine what happens next. On top of your card's abilities, however, their AoEs can also give you control of spaces on the board. To be brief, you cannot place a card on a space unless you control it. There are a few ways to gain control of a space. Let's say you've got a card that has an AoE of the 3 spaces above it. Its ability causes it to do damage to enemy cards. If you use that ability to knock out one or more of your opponent's cards, you'll gain control of those spaces. If those spaces are controlled by neither player, or if they're unoccupied but controlled by your opponent, you'll gain control of that space, allowing you to play a card there your next turn. Boom is a constant King of the Hill style land grab in which you've got to coordinate your attacks with the spaces you own. If it seems complicated, don't worry, you'll acclimate quickly. Cat Daddy built Boom to be easy to jump into for a quick game, but challenging enough to keep you scheming and strategizing for your next win. What do I get? The Boom. Rewards work a bit differently than other modes. Firstly, you'll earn rewards based on your win streak. As you keep winning, you'll gain access to increasingly valuable packs as your win streak increases. If you're consistently winning multiple games in a row, you'll be raking in more valuable cards than if you're losing consistently. Boom. Rewards also rotate daily, meaning each of the 5 streak packs will change from day to day. Some days will hold more valuable rewards than others. Some days will provide rewards unique to your player level, and some days will have rare cards rewards available to all regardless of your level. It's up to you to check back regularly to see what you're after. That's not all, of course. Each game of Boom that you win adds to your global leaderboard total. If you win with a score of 100 points, that's an additional 100 points to your total. The more points you accrue, the higher your place on the leaderboard. You'll be given rewards at regular intervals based on your place on the leaderboard, so be sure you're regularly fighting for the top spots. And that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, subscribe for more content, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Drop a comment below and let me know what you want to see next. I'll catch you in the next one.